Ah, didn't see you there. I was too wrapped up in the first book of the Harry Potter series. Hi, I'm Mitch Martin, and I'm the webmaster for Group 18, aka Dumbledore's Army. What a webmaster is they're the person who's in charge of maintaining the website. Now, I don't necessarily make all the content, but I'm definitely in charge of making sure the finished product looks good. Alright, our primary goal as a group was to raise as much money as possible for the Boys and Girls Club of Bloomington-Normal so they could fulfill their needs such as academic purposes, buying food, and transportation. Our plan helps the club because they need money for such things as vehicle repairs, mentoring, tutoring, and providing and preparing food. Some of these tasks that will need to be accomplished are to volunteer for 5 hours, equal to $50, and to fundraise and accept donations from an outside party to complete the rest. We also had an initial plan of finishing by April 10th to receive extra credit. Our plans changed a little bit, and the reason behind that was that our group found it would be more beneficial if we focused on fundraising rather than volunteering, because our schedules conflicted just way too much to come together to do that volunteering. We also were not able to complete our project by the extra credit due date because we had a few miscommunications and scheduling conflicts which pushed back our completion date. Now, the first book is great, but the second book I've heard is even better, but I'm not an expert on it. Here we have an expert on the second book right here.
I was over in the corner here reading the Chamber of Secrets. You know, us Dumbledore armies, we love our Harry Potter books. All right, I'm Ryan, and I was one of the treasurers for this group. As a treasurer, I was responsible for collecting and keeping track of the group's fundraising money, donor information, and volunteer time log. We are also responsible for submitting deposits and keeping track of purchase receipts to ensure that the individuals who spend the money on the project were reimbursed. And that was basically my job. Some of the difficulties we encountered as a group centered around dates for which people were supposed to have a certain amount of money raised. Over spring break, we wanted to have about half completed, but not everyone was able to achieve this goal. Another difficulty we encountered was with the website and how it wasn't put together as quickly as we had hoped. We also did not have the best attendance at the scheduled meetings. Sometimes people would show up late, which prevented us from getting as much done as we had hoped to. Some of the ways we overcame these difficulties was that everyone was very understanding of each other in the group. If someone did not have a certain amount of money raised by a certain time, we would be lenient and give them another week to accomplish this goal. Over spring break, when we weren't able to meet with each other, we were able to Skype back and forth to show what we had completed. In relation to the website, we actually began working on it together rather than depending on one person to complete it. We thought that by doing this it would be beneficial to the group as a whole because we would complete it quicker. And finally, if someone was not able to make it to a meeting or someone was late, we would always keep that person up to date on information they missed and made sure that they'd be at the meeting the following week. And I actually found Eddie over here reading the third book of the series.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm reading The Goblet of Fire because I don't like The Prisoner of Azkaban that much. I'm Eddie, and I'm the liaison for our group, Dumbledore's Army, and I pretty much communicate with all of our outside sources and let them know that we're on task, such things like that. The three course concepts that we were able to incorporate into our project mostly focused on synergy, which refers to the fact that group members come together and create an entirely unique entity, which is something other than a collection of individual parts. We demonstrated synergy by everyone coming together and agreeing on how we would go about completing our project. This was displayed on February 5th during our first meeting. Group synergy benefited the group because it was brought us together to achieve a common goal that we weren't sure how to go about individually at the beginning. The next concept that we incorporated in our project focused on leadership, which is the use of communication to modify attitudes and behaviors to set up goals and needs. Leadership was demonstrated through John setting up our agendas and keeping us on track throughout each of our meetings so we wouldn't get behind on accomplishing our goals. This was displayed at every meeting because leadership is something that is not displayed once. Rather, it's something that every meeting needed to keep everybody on track. Leadership benefited the group because every group needs someone who is going to direct them and organize their tasks at hand. Also, a key role for leader is to motivate the group to want to accomplish goals and to work together. The next concept that we incorporated into our project focused on creative thinking, which is when members use imagination, intuition, hunches, insight, and fantasy to devise unusual and innovative solutions that probably would not emerge from ordinary group discussion. Creative thinking was demonstrated through everyone trying to come up with different ways to fundraise, and which ways would work out the best in order to raise the most money that we could. Creative thinking benefited the group because we were able to bounce ideas off of each other and hear everyone's feedback, who would come up with different ideas for fundraising.
Oh, I was also reading The Goblet of Fire, which is a great book, Eddie. As a group, I'm Michael Mann. I'm also a treasurer, basically dealing with collecting money and whatnot. As a group, we are able to accomplish the goal of raising money necessary, amount of money expected. I think we were able to achieve this because everyone understood the importance of doing their part for being in a group, because it makes them feel bad. I think with accomplishing this goal is kind of brought the group closer, knowing that we are one step closer to being done with the project. We're able to accomplish this goal of completing the project by extra credit due date, though. I think we were able to achieve this goal because we never really pushed everyone to be done by that date. It was always a hope that we would be done, but we knew that people had other things going on, so we didn't work for it to be fine. Here is Ryan, also reading a Harry Potter book.
Hi, my name's Ryan Emmons. I just love the Sorcerer's Stone. It's the only book I'll ever read. So, are our members satisfied with this project outcome? Yes. We are satisfied with this outcome of this project. At first, we were complete strangers who had never worked together before. Our first meeting was a typical first meeting where the majority of us were quiet and did not contribute much. However, after the first meeting, it was as if we all known each other for months. We collaborated and talked all of our issues and worked through difficult problems to come to a solution. Our original plan was to finish before April 10th, however, but due to our busy schedules, that was not attainable for our group. Even volunteering seemed impossible given our busy schedules. Towards the last couple of our weeks, we were a little nervous, and if we weren't going to get our project finished at all. We were all fundraised and raised over our original amount, which was $700. Given all that was said, I would say that we are very satisfied with our project outcome.
Hello, I'm just reading the Order of the Phoenix because I like my books over 800 pages because that's pretty cool. My name's John and I was the recorder for our group project, and basically my job was to create the agendas and record the minutes so we had something to discuss at every meeting. We had a set plan of goals that we had to reach weekly, and for the most part we did just that. So did we feel that we were a cohesive team? And the answer is yes. We were a very cohesive team. We all got along right away, and we all respected each other's thoughts and ideas when they were voiced. We are able to come together after a busy week and work extremely hard at every meeting. Our ideas flowed off of each other, which made it easy to brainstorm and to do it creatively. What would you have done differently as a group? And as a group, if we could have done something differently, it would have been to have met twice a week. Because of our busy schedules, we felt very cramped towards the end, which is why we did not get our project in for the extra credit on April 10th. And we didn't feel as though we were able to we were as organized as we should have been towards April, just because finals were approaching and everyone had tests and quizzes and other obligations. So if we could have done anything differently, it would have been to meet more than once. Other than that, though, we got most of the stuff done, and we were a pretty successful group. Over here is my friend Nick reading the final book of the Harry Potter series.
Hi, I'm reading The Deathly Hallows for Harry Potter, the last book. My name's Nick Byler. I'm the utility guy. I pretty much cover anything that needs to be covered that's not getting taken covered. Any position that needs help, I helped with the ledger and other properties that needed help with. Recommendations for what the group, for future groups, for anything that would happen, I would suggest meeting more often, just so that they can cover more of the basis of what they need, especially if they're going for the extra credit. I feel that's a huge thing, is meeting more often, working through the spring break, getting, I know everybody wants that time off, but if you want to get that extra credit, you got to get that time in to do all that extra stuff. Fundraising is huge, making sure you guys are collaborating well, doing all that you can, and making sure you're keeping in good coordination with the group coordinator of Jenny and Megan, making sure everything is going well. So those would be some of the recommendations I would put out for the group. The way we donated our money is we had Costco donations, we had door-to-door fundraising, we also had church donations, as well as other companies such as Kroger donate to our cause as well. That's most of the stuff that's happened, and that's your video update from Dumbledore's Army number 18.